What's up, Supreme Team? Welcome to the channel. It's your girl, DYANAROZAY, and I'm here to bring you guys a story that I accidentally omitted yesterday from my review for Belle Collective. If you guys did not see it, this is the thumbnail. The link is in the description box. Season 7, Episode 3. I accidentally omitted the scene with Cliff and Latrice. And typically I would just let it ride, mistakes happen. But Cliff said something so real and so weighted that I can't let it pass because it might, continue on in the season based on what happened. It could continue on in the season. And I want to make sure that I keep continuity. Okay. So we're going to just get into it. You guys hit the like button, share the video. The scene opened with Latrice. She's at home. She is actually making a welcome home dinner for her man, Cliff, aka Woody. He's coming back from Colombia, and Mandy, her BFF, stops by. And I guess Mandy knows how to cook. Now, Treese was bragging about how she knows how to cook. She said, I know how to burn. But then she started picking up all the food and everything was expired. The butter, the instant mashed potatoes. Anyway, Mandy tells Latrice move out the way before she sends Cliff to the ER, and she takes over cooking everything, okay? Cliff ends up walking in the door, child, realizing that somebody was cooking. Anyway, Mandy grabs her thing. She walks out real fast, but she does holler back at Cliff to let her know how everything tastes, okay? She wanted her credit. Mandy, go home, girl. Go home to your woman. Anyway, Cliff and Latrice end up catching up. And Cliff said that he was enjoying himself on his vacation on the beach until Treese called him with all the drama she was having with Glenn and Tisha. And Latrice said, I'm not a confrontational person. You know that. But in that moment with Tisha, she said, she was like, bitch, what's up? You know what I'm saying? And Cliff said, you're too classy to holler out, bitch. Do not stoop to their level. And then he reminds Latrice that they have a lot going on in the community, and where they are, they should carry themselves better. They don't have time to get grimy with Glenn and Letitia. Latrice said, I understand that, and I wouldn't have stooped to their level if it wasn't for Glenn trying to step to a woman. Now, what Treese is referring to is one of her friends. I don't know if it was a family member or what, but this random woman that was standing beside her walked up on Letitia, called her out of her name, and then threatened to mollywop her, right? And Glenn had put his hand in between this woman and his wife. And he told the lady, he said, Shorty, don't step up to my wife like that, right? So he was yelling at her, don't step up to my wife. Anyway, Cliff tells Latrice, y'all, that Glenn is desperate, that he's been out here, effing up, and he's trying to save his marriage. But that's not the crazy part. The other part was he said that he can't even hang around Glenn because he's so damn desperate, and he can't trust him. Oh, he said desperate people will do anything, and he's not going to give Glenn the opportunity to try it with Latrice. And y'all, Glenn is desperate. We do know that. I just didn't expect for Cliff to say it. Everything that Cliff said is absolutely correct. Has been since the beginning of time, okay? Desperate people are capable of anything. It does not matter if it's your child, your spouse, or your mama. It is the facts. And I said the week before, y'all might remember me telling y'all that Letitia has been so publicly humiliated by Glenn so many times that she doesn't have a bottom. She doesn't know what safety feels like. She doesn't know what it feels like to feel secure. And that's a big deal. That is a big deal for many, many reasons. Now, we're going to have to see what the storyline brings us in regards to Tisha and Glenn and their healing journey. We'll see that now, because right now Tisha's telling us a lot of stuff about what's going on between her and Glenn in ways that we haven't heard before, in my opinion. But we'll have to see how it plays out for the rest of the season because we're only on episode 3. But I will say this in general, okay, couples who are dealing with that type of desperation and humiliation, that is a bad combination to everyone around them because everyone can and will be a victim of their mess. That's all there is to it. They don't have a bottom, which means they don't know what boundaries look like with others. They will do anything to anybody. And I know that we already saw Marie tell her BFF, Letitia, that, girl, I love you and everything. I want to see you get better. You're still my friend. I still consider you my friend, but I'm not going to let you, bully me into handling the collective a certain way because I didn't do that to you, right? So I actually appreciated her saying that and doing that. And we already know that Latrice said, I don't trust her. She's dirty, is how she said it. She's dirty. So yeah, with everything that had happened on that reunion stage that year when Letitia was trying to back Marie, and those two women both threatened Latrice, threatened to beat her down. She has a point. I mean, y'all know what I'm saying? Just we're going to pay attention to the season, but I'm actually real interested in it and discussing this more. Okay? So y'all talk to me in the comments and let me know what y'all think. You guys talk to me in the comments, please, and thank you. Hit the like button, share the video. Make sure you're following me on all of my platforms at DYANAROZAY. I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me. And until the next one, bye-bye.